Howdy everybody, and welcome to another random one-shot here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for the Sagas one-shot, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Brandie, Joe, Nico, and Nobody. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Howdy.
Now, before we begin, we do have announcements to get through, starting first with a word from our sponsor for this campaign, SAGAS. SAGAS stands for Setting and Genre Agnostic System, and was created by Okayest RPGs. SAGAS is a rules-light TTRPG designed to help you easily tell your stories in any world imaginable. Choose from over 100 unique features to build your character, or you can also use guidelines for quick making your own unique abilities. SAGAS promotes helping other allies over helping yourself, and encourages teamwork to succeed in challenges. Using the smooth and fast combat rules, you can describe epic team combos that you can use in combat to take down your foes. In any setting, SAGAS has provided a smooth integration of rules to create a unique framework to help create your adventures. There's a free 35-page playtest right now available on drivethrurpg.com, and the Kickstarter for the SAGAS has just ended and was fully funded, so congrats to the SAGAS crew. You can find the link for this game in the chat and show description, so definitely go check it out. This week on Wednesday, Valentine's Day, Random Rhapsody is going to be airing our final episode of the Fab 5 campaign. Their campaign wrap-up was pretty awesome. We haven't had a chance to show it yet, but we'll be doing so this Wednesday on Valentine's Day at 7 p.m. Central, so go check that out as well. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_rhapsody, and on Blue Sky as @randomrhapsody. And that's going to be it for the announcements. So join us as we return to the shattered world of Loroupa, a place full of magic and mystery, where a group of adventurers begin their dance with dragons. And we're back. Our story begins in the village of Aeredale, an agricultural community which lies not far from the mountains in the Republic of Hyrulean. Over the past several months, this village has been raided over a dozen times by a dragon, which has been stealing livestock, destroying buildings, and generally terrorizing the outlying farmers. Most of these farms now lie empty. Their owners fled to the safety of the village. But the people there now worry that the dragon will attack their village itself. The leader of Aeredale, Mayor Philban Vinewhistle, has sent out a request for aid, seeking adventurers to come to Aeredale and save them from this dragon menace. and 4 brave and noble adventurers have answered that call. As the sun rises over this once sleepy farming village, these 4 warriors approach from the east, making their way to learn more about the request. So, let's meet them, shall we? We're going to go around the table, and starting with a figure carrying a very large shield, Virik. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Virik. I'm a white, blue, frost dragonborn. As you can see, I got a giant shield. I'm here just, dragons, they have treasure. I can definitely give me some more treasure.
Okay. Gotta love that dragon gold. Well, next we turn to a much shorter individual wielding a crossbow. Radek, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Radek is very, very short indeed. He is a dwarf. However, he is only 3 feet tall. He was stunted at birth, made fun of ridiculously for his height as he got older, and he decided to run away. And he joined a dork league. Now, the Dork League is my version of LARPers in Loroupa, and it's the dwarf organized ritualistic combat. Now, he is believing he is being sent here to join a group of noble heroes in an epic LARPing or dork experience, but it's going to be fun when he runs up against an actual dragon in an actual situation. He's a level 5 arcane archer. I'm part of, he's a captain of the Blood Riders of the Loroupan Rangers, is his dork league, his crew. So he's going to be all about it. And eventually, his whole world's going to come crushing down to realize that, oh shit, this is real? That's like, you people do this for real? And we'll see how he stands up.
I love it. That's great. Next off, we're turning to another shorter individual. This one a little more feathery. Kaison, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Kaison's about 18 inches tall. Roughly the size of a small turkey. Thing is that they are in fact a velociraptor. The sort of historical feathery sort of little velociraptor guy, not Jurassic Park. And just sort of brilliant orange plumage all over. Really makes this sort of a walk, 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 walk kind of a turkey noise as it. And it's here because it wants to fight dragons because it thinks it's going to grow up to be one someday, and that's how you grow up, is by fighting adult members of the species.
Holy shit,
Obviously.
just broke me. You said you're 18 inches tall, and then you're a velociraptor.
Well, I mean, 4 feet long when you count the tail, but...
my coughing fit, I'm just like, yeah, you broke me there for a second. Sorry.
Your Pokemon? You gotta fight to evolve to the next level?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And last but not least, we turn to a much more suave appearing individual, at least to these eyes. Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So, Sam is a catfolk, say about 5'5", fluffy, like long sort of mane of a fringe. Appearances are good. Looks like he's got it, but actually inside he's shaking in his boots. because he's actually completely new to this world and this reality, and is trying to get his bearings. And one of the things that he's decided is a good way of getting his bearings is becoming an adventurer and learning about the world through travel and quests. And also, the gold doesn't hurt. So he has joined these heroes in this quest.
This ragtag motley crew comes moving into this once quiet, peaceful village. As the sun is rising, and the town is just beginning to start up its day. It's certainly an odd sight, these four individuals. One, a towering dragon folk, a couple short ones, one really short with feathers, and the cat dude with a couple swords on their hips. Like, Hyrulean is a very, very mixed nation. It absolutely is. And there's all sorts of types living here, from your typical dwarves and elves to some more exotic individuals. However, just the four of you can't help but stand out, and there's certainly a few eyes looking over you all as you approach. It could be just the fact that you're all well armed and armored. It could be, who knows. But you do certainly stand out in a community that is pretty insular, as most agricultural locations tend to be. As you're making your way into the center of town, there is market stalls kind of set up where the different farmers kind of trade their produce, but you can't help but notice the entirety of the town square has been fenced off, leaving little more than a walkway between all of these different pens filled with tons of animals. Like, a lot of animals. There's cows, there's pigs, there's sheep, there's chickens, there's everything. And it is just a cacophony of noise. If anyone has issues with sound, you can't help but kind of shift a little bit or grab your ears, because, it's loud. But at the very least, people are noticing you. And one of the individuals who notices you is a tall individual with very light gray fur covering most of their exposed flesh. They have a long face with a bit of a long drawn nose, small horns coming out the sides of their head, and their ears are long and kind of hanging shaggily, almost like a poodle's. What you're seeing here is in fact a furbolg. This man that you see is tall. He's about 6.5 feet tall, in fact. He has very long, thick arms. He's dressed very, well, I wouldn't say finely from a city perspective, but his clothes are obviously well made and maintained. They're simple. They're obviously more for function than anything else. But he also has a very large medallion on a chain around his neck with an emblem that you see that's kind of it's like weighing scales. Emblazoned on it, which usually is a symbol of authority in most rural towns. The idea of him being probably a leader is even more bolstered as he walks directly towards the four of you, and he says in a loud, booming voice, "Ah, welcome, welcome. We don't have many newcomers into town these days, but it's always nice to see some friendly ones." And he gives you a big toothy smile as he says to you, "I'm Mayor Philbin. Is there anything I can help you with? And he smiles down at you all.
I think Kaison will do its best to return the smile, but because, I mean, it is a velociraptor, so it's just showing off all these fangs, and it's not quite getting the body language down correctly, and...
Oh, he just kind of jumps a little bit and looks back. Oh, what is... I'm sorry, are you sentient or not sentient?
I don't think I know that word.
Well, you speak, so that's at least one point in the favor of sentience. It depends on what you say. Now that I know you can speak, that'll determine the rest. I can't hear you at all, buddy.
Yeah, that was...
Is this better?
Yep.
Like, my volume is literally all the way up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to eat your mic, babe.
Anyway, Virik just remains very quiet. Gotta love shy struggle.
Yeah, tell us about your shy struggle.
So yeah, I mean, talking to people is pretty difficult, and yeah.
Fair enough.
Hi, there's a dragon?
There is indeed a dragon.
Wait, did we know that yet? Or
Yes, you do know that.
Okay.
You do know that. The ad that was sent out to all the neighboring villages and towns is that that the mayor is seeking adventurers to help defend the town and deal with a dragon menace. So you definitely know that.
This guy would be a figure of authority, would he not?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, so Radek's got the anarchist struggle, so I guess he would have to, roll a check to see if he's going to follow this individual's commands.
Sure.
Or if, I guess he could choose to fail, but I mean, I guess it's a D12.
It is a D12.
We'll see. There. Oh, is it there? That's where it pops up behind it. There. Oh, God damn it. What is going to be the, you want to set what do you want to set your difficulty at?
Okay, so if you're rolling a D12, he hasn't really asked for a whole lot other than what y'all doing here. So I'm going to say the difficulty for you is probably 7.
7, all right. Ooh, and, Mayor, is it? We'll see. Where's the field going to be set up? Are there going to be triage tents, snack tents? What do we got going on here? Where do we get a rest? Where do we get to put on our gear? What do you got?
Why would there be snack tents? We're gonna eat the dragon.
Well, I guess that's cool. I mean, where can we find that? Is there going to be proper condiments with the dragon?
He kind of looks confused at that. No, there's no snack tents or anything like that. The townsfolk are keeping into the village and staying indoors. What with the dragon flying around and all.
Oh, I'm just so used to these being more, festival-like events, and lots of people like to watch. I'm cool with private viewings. That's fine. I am a level 5, arcane archer of the Blood Riders, so that is great. I will still perform admirably today, sir.
He looks at the rest of. Am I confused here? Are you not here to assist with the dragon attack?
He's like, we're all good, sir. Just trying to get the bearings of, the accoutrements of your town. What you had provided. That's all I was trying to do. No disrespect, sir.
Yeah, he's legitimately confused by this. He's like, should I like he kind of looks over to the Dragonborn and like, was I supposed to put out accoutrements? I don't know. We are legitimately in fear of our lives here.
Oh, I love this. This is great. Keep going. No, you're fine. You're doing awesome.
As the ad said, a dragon has been attacking the outskirts of our village, attacking farms nearby. They've taken much livestock, cows, sheep, chicken. The dragon has attacked buildings, destroyed them. It's been absolutely horrible for our village, but we've all banded together and put together as much gold as we can offer, and to any who comes to and rid us of this dragon. And no doubt, it being a dragon, there's probably much more wealth there than our meager village could possibly offer. But we offer that on top as well, hoping that someone can come and deal with the threat.
Oh, the threat will be dealt with, sir. You got that? He's very confident.
Sam would like to roll for... As a naive character, would I know what is happening with this conversation?
I thought about going naive too.
No, that's fair. Go ahead and make an intuition check. This is just to try to figure out the vibe. What the heck this dude is talking about?
Okay.
I feel like, being that you're naive and that I know what Joe's trying to do, and I still don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm gonna say,
I don't know how to navigate this.
yeah, I'm gonna say that your difficulty for this is probably going to be a 3. This is a hard one for you.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, look at that.
Just barely. Just right there.
Yeah, with that 3. You're hearing this and like, no, I've heard about adventures. I've at least heard people talking about adventures. There's no accoutrement. There's no triage centers or places set up for injuries. There's no snacked places or stuff like that. Adventures are dirty and gritty and like what this individual is talking about is just confusing as hell.
You're welcome.
But it's definitely not what they're talking about is definitely not what an adventure is supposed to be.
I guess just for the record, I should say that I also have the naive drawback on account of being a bird. I'm going to choose to fail that without even rolling. I have no clue.
That is fair. Yeah, you're just like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be stuff here. Where is everything? The mayor continues. The most recent attack was at Flanagan Farm, which lies north of the village about 2 miles. Farmer Flanagan is actually staying here in the village at the inn. If you have any questions you wish to ask, they would probably have the freshest memory of the incident. I understand that Farmer Flanagan lost 2 cows during the attack, and his barn was destroyed.
Excellent. I love all these details. This is great. He's writing this down like in a little book, just like, and you can see it's the book. It's probably got like, just colorized photos of just the most like creatures and dragons and maybe displacer beasts or something like that. So he's also very nerdy. So I mean, yeah, it's like, this is awesome. Probably got some bifocals on, so he can he's really hamming it up. And he said he's at the inn. We can go.
Yes, he's at the inn. It's right over there. And he points to a tall, two-story square structure made of both stone and timber. Has a thatch roof on the top. It's not like super expensive looking, but then again, this is a farming village. It's the only place in town.
But why do we need to talk to a guy? We're here to fight a dragon. Where's the dragon? That's the only question we need to ask.
Well, I mean, it's his field. I mean, he's gonna know where to go.
Might have a hint as to where the dragon is.
Just 2 miles out of town. I mean, you realize out of town it's all around us. I mean, 2 miles which direction?
North. I said 2 miles north of town. And he points north.
He's like, oh, well, I don't have my compass out, sir. I apologize. I didn't check the moss to see what side of the tree it was growing on.
He just pointed north without looking at it. He just pointed exactly.
It's like, all right. He ignores any. He's just taking notes. If it was said in jest, he didn't hear it. He's just...
Okay. Well, the village and the world of Loroupa is open for you. So, what do you want to do, or do you just want to confuse this man even more?
I think we can move it along.
Let's go confuse some other people.
Yes.
Confuse Flanagan, right? We're going to the...
Yeah, I'd
Yes.
say let's go to the end.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you all head off, making your way towards the inn through all the various stalls in the town center. The common room of the inn is packed. There are tons of people, all just sitting there, huddling at their table. There's very little, there's no merriment, there's no joy, there's no song, which you would expect at a normal tavern. No, everybody is sitting at their table, looking down at their cups, or talking in very low, hushed voices, just to each other. But as you all step into the inn, everyone just kind of turns and looks at you all. And then they all turn back.
We should try the next place.
They all turn, like they were about to turn back after looking at you all, but then that statement came up and everyone's just like staring at you. The cricket sounds kind of go through the whole deal. There's a lady behind the bar, tall for a dwarf, bright red hair, even brighter red beard, all braided and down her ample chest. She's standing behind the bar and she calls out, welcome, please, come on in. There's not much room here, but there's at least a spot in the corner over there if you want to post up, and I'll be happy to pour you anything you want, although we don't have a whole lot right now, but you're all very welcome indeed to come in. What do you do?
I guess he'd approach and be like, we're looking for a farmer Flanagan. Do you know this gentleman?
Make for me a persuasion check. Difficulty's not going to be very high. It's just a 7. And yeah, I'd say a 7. It's not high.
$10? D10 or D8?
Yeah,
or
D10. Unless you have an ability that allows you to.
Nope, nothing special this time. God damn it. Well, that's appropriate.
She looks at you and it seems kind of suspicious. Why do you want to see Farmer Faedalynn?
Well, we were told He's the person to point us on our quests. His field was recently attacked. I assumed everybody knew heroes were coming.
And you're a hero.
Hey, just 'cause I'm short doesn't mean I can't pack a punch, lady.
Meant no offense. Just never seen a group of adventure. Well, you with the shield. You seem formidable, and well, you do have some weapons on you all, and I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was your pet chicken behind you.
Chickens are good, but they don't put up enough of a fight.
I think
That
it's
was-
his own
That
creature.
was absolutely horrifying. It talks. Oh, I apologize. I apologize to you. Not. Hello, my name's Maven.
Yes, we're here to fight a dragon.
Well,
So we wanted.
yeah.
So we just wanted to get to know more about the dragon from Farmer Flanagan. Maybe he knows what kind of dragon it is. If you got a chance to look at it, would it be possible to talk to him? I do a gentle hair swoosh. Just
Why don't you give me a roll to be suave? A debonair roll. This is going to be a D10. We'll go with the 7 again. 7 is very easy for some people.
Yeah, I was to say, is it now?
For some people.
Oh,
That's good.
okay.
Okay, a 2, much better. She looks you up and down a bit more and she says, okay. I suppose I believe you. Farmer Flanagan is upstairs in his room with his family. It is the first door on the left. Knock before you go in, of course. They might be napping, but yeah. Good luck to you all, I suppose.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
We're gonna eat it. It's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
And by it, they mean the dragon. Promise.
I as I said, I wish you the best of luck.
Like, thank you. And as he's walking away, what's your character's, how's it pronounce your name? Nobody?
Oh, it's Kaison, Kaisen.
Is it kind of like, I guess, put his hand on Kaison's shoulder? If he can figure that, he goes, that was very rude of her to just be shocked at your appearance. I just want to say, on behalf of all guilds everywhere, I apologize. That shouldn't have happened. All creatures are special in their own way. That was very rude. I will be bringing this up when I write my review. And he's
I
just
appreciate that, but that's okay. Not many people are used to seeing dragons.
So he's just looking at if you ever anybody were looking in his little book, he's writing Maven, bar wench, rude, 1 star.
As Radek is making his notes, you all start making your way up the stairs to the 2nd floor. And sure enough, it's a long hallway. There's doors on either side. She said it was the first door on the left.
I'll walk up and very, very lightly knock on the door. Don't want to be too loud.
Okay, you very, very lightly knock on the door. At first, there's no sound. Then go ahead and make for me a listen check. This would be a perception check or something like that. If you have anything that aids you.
This be for her?
For
everybody?
anyone who wants to listen.
I don't believe I have anything to aid, so it would be just a 12.
It would be a D10. And you're aiming for a 6.
Ooh, 3.
3. You do hear some whispering.
God damn it. Nope.
Did you? Oh, you rolled a 9. Sorry, I'm looking at that wrong.
Oh, no, she got a 3.
Oh,
She got
I
a
got
3.
a 3.
I got a 9.
oh, you got the 9.
Radek got the 9.
I see that now.
Still upset.
Radish doesn't hear anything.
Hmm. Yeah, Raditz doesn't hear anything. Anyway, Virik, you are listening, and you hear a bit of a whisper. Did you hear that? I'm not sure. I thought I heard somebody knock on the door. I didn't hear anything. Are you sure? I don't know. Maybe they'll if someone is there, they'll just knock again.
I'm gonna very quietly. Hello? Hello?
Shh! Did you hear that? Yeah, there's somebody at the door. A few moments later, you hear and an eye peeks out from behind the door.
Yes. Is it? Are you Flanagan?
The door opens a little bit more, and you see a grizzled-looking human man. He has very lanky, sandy brown hair, bright blue eyes, and just a worn and weathered face. That's very tanned, as though somebody who's been outside pretty much all of their lives. I'm Flanagan. What can I do for you?
Yeah, we're here to fight a dragon. You know about the dragon?
You hear from behind a voice. Did she just say? Did they just say that they're here to fight the dragon? The door opens more to see an equally grizzled-looking woman with dark black hair streaked with gray, wearing a flowery dress with an apron over it. Like, just picture American Gothic, and that's where we're at here with these two. Just a little bit younger. They're not quite that old, but you still get the vibe I'm going with here. You're here to fight the dragons?
Yeah, that's how dragons get bigger. We gotta find a big one for me to fight.
Information where?
There we are, my lady. We are but humble heroes here to solve your problem.
She just kind of looks at you and just takes in the four of you, and it's an interesting dynamic you got going on here. Two tiny individuals, two medium-sized individuals, some looking more armed than others. It's an interesting dichotomy, and I don't know, honey. Should we tell him? Well, I suppose we should tell him. I mean, what harm would it do? I don't know. As long as they ain't messing with anything in the farm. The door opens more, and Farmer Flanagan invites you all inside a very small, cramped room that has little more than a bed and a chest of drawers and a table and a chair. But y'all are kind of small anyway, so it's not too difficult for all of you to kind of cram into this very small bedroom here at the inn. The missus sits down on the bed and spreads out her apron while Farmer Flanagan leans against the wall, and he tells y'all, "Now, that was the most scary thing I had ever seen in my life. The thing was huge. I mean, it was the largest thing I had ever seen in my life. I was out in the field. I was just getting the sheep to a new pasture when this gigantic shadow just came right overhead, and before I knew it, boom! Right there on the ground, The biggest dragon I've ever seen in my... Well, the only dragon I've ever seen in my life, if truth be told, but still the biggest thing I've ever seen, period. It was massive. It absolutely terrified me. I ain't proud enough to not admit the fact that I soiled my drawers right there and then. The thing roared at me with the biggest mouth I'd ever seen, teeth longer than my pickaxe, and the next thing I knew, it had 2 of my sheep in its claws and was flying up into the sky again.
Did you happen to catch what color the dragon was?
Boy, oh boy, I sure did. It was redder than the color of blood on the ground.
He's like red, spits fire. Now you said large, biggest you'd ever seen. About how big? Because the bigger they are, the older they are. They are.
He kind of thinks back a little bit, and he says, "Oh, that thing was huge. It was bigger than a dozen of my sheep all lined up end to end."
That's not how it works, though.
Well,
Get bigger by fighting other dragons. It's not about how old it is.
well,
Must have fought a lot of dragons. It's probably a pretty good one.
I suppose that's... you know what? I don't have that information. That might be right. But it is usually as they get larger, they get older, they eat more, they get bigger. That's why I was asking that question. But you know what? That's good information. He's like, I'm going to write that down. He's like, I'll take that back home with me. And I believe it also destroyed one of your buildings, the mayor said.
Mrs. Flanagan speaks up. "Oh, yes, it absolutely did. Before it flew off to grab the sheep, it flew right by our house, landed on the ground, and waved its gigantic wings and smashed the barn. I think it was looking for the animals in there, but when it didn't find anything but old Bessie, it went and flew up into the air again. And about 30 minutes later, old Pa came running back, yelling about the dragon taking some of our sheep."
So it struck twice in a very narrow amount of time. And maybe it's fed. And how long ago was this? Was it like, I guess they've been here in town now?
That happened less than a week ago, 4 days ago to be specific.
Do you know, have there been any other reports of it striking? Because it's probably hungry again. Maybe we can bait it with more sheep.
Not since the last attack. I haven't heard of anything, but there's been quite a few attacks on other farms in the area. The Donovan's farm got hit. The Stonemason's farm got hit. The Drakesix farms got hit. And he starts listing off names of a dozen farms in total that got hit over the last month or so.
Are these all in the same area near your farm?
Well, some of them are. Some of them were a ways down. Some of them were back on the other side of town. That farm's around the entirety of the village, and they spread outward from there. The whole 20 miles around town is farmland. So it's been in various different places, but they've all been around the town itself. None of them has actually hit the town.
Oh, that's great information. Great information.
When it left, did you see which way it went?
Now, he kind of thinks about that a little bit, and well, I'm not gonna lie, I was so scared that I didn't even want to look at first. I just kind of huddled there, kept my head to the ground and tried to make myself as small as possible. But when I did finally look up, I could still see at least the outline of the thing, and it looked like it was heading to the northwest.
We can go northwest.
When he
What
says
direction we can go? Yeah.
When he says that, his wife speaks up and she says, "Now there's only one thing that could be northwest of our town, and it's a place where a dragon will want to go. It's got to be the mountains." The husband says, "Oh yeah, you're right about that, Ma. Them mountains up there, that's the best place a dragon could hold up. Now, around here, there's lots and lots of farmland, but there ain't a whole lot of forest or anything like that. But those mountains could hold plenty of dragons if they really wanted to. Chances are, I would look there."
Kaison in the background, mouth just dropping open, eyes going wide at the mention of many dragons.
Well, I guess we need to head to the mountains then, guys.
Sounds about right.
Okay. As you're making your way out from the inn, you see the mayor in the middle of town, kind of walking through the town square, and he's kind of waving a little bit as he's heading towards you. He catches up real quick and comes to a halt, and you see he's got a few things in his arms. He says to you, "I'm glad I was able to catch you all before you headed out. Now, I thought if you're actually going to be tracking down the dragon, I might have a few things that could help you out in that regard." I went over and spoke to the healing lady and our local doctor, and she was able to provide a small assortment of provisions that might keep you on the straight and narrow when you're out there. Don't like the idea of the four of y'all heading out looking for that thing unprepared. So he hands you, I suppose, Virik, you're the one with the shield, and so they're going to hand it to you. It is a small leather satchel that contains 8 vials. You kind of look over the 4 of them, the 8 of them, and you can tell that 4 of them are bright red, which tells you that they are probably healing potions. The other 4 are more of a purplish color, which you would recognize to be cure wounds potions. From a mechanic standpoint, from Sagas, it is 4 healing liquids and 4 healing devices.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at it. Ooh, shiny. I'm gonna kind of hold on to it. I also have the hoarding struggle.
I wonder if that's why I gave it to her.
Well, this is great. I mean, healing tents, things like that would have been much better. But you know what? I will take what I can get on this adventure, sir. You're getting those stars. You're earning them.
The group is pretty good. Have you ever tried that stuff?
Can't say so. But the last thing I'm going to give you all is a map of the area, just so you can see where everything is in relation. So I'm going to show you that right now. That's the Republic of Hyrulean right there. And if you look there in the dead, a little bit above the capital, Revancia, you can see that there's Aeredale. And sure enough, to the northwest, there's a big old mountain range.
Oh, hey, look, there's a city at the south called Bradfordshire. I wonder what happened there.
As you say that, that town has been abandoned for a while.
What? I actually think I have a thing that I could do checks to remind myself of stuff like that. Out of character, watch our campaign wrap up for the Fab Five, and you'll hear about Bradfordshire.
For sure. So what's the plan from here? The mayor's given you a map of the local area. He's given you some healing potions to keep you safe. What you gonna do from there?
Are there maybe horses that could be provided, or are we going to be on foot for this adventure? Anything that helps.
He kind of... I'm sure you could find somebody to sell you a horse if you need one.
Sell, all right. Do you know, can you point us in that direction? So he's riding on his losing stars, not horses provided. Where might we procure one then?
There is a stable not far that the mayor does point you all towards. It's located towards the edge of town. They are willing to sell you all horses if you want them. They're your standard farm pack horse. They're nothing too special, but they'll at least get you where you need to go. Your level 5 adventurers, you probably have enough gold to take care of getting one each if you were so inclined.
Oh yeah.
Now, not to throw water on this, but I do not feel like I need a horse to myself.
You know what? That's understandable. You can ride with me if you want. As you see, he's throwing like a little, almost like miniature rope ladder over the horse and securing it under its belly, and that he's climbing up it because he's 3 feet fucking tall.
Yeah. Kaison, I feel like you need to make some sort of check to not freak out these horses, given that you are a raptor and all.
Probably trying to take the out of them.
Yeah, I mean, they are horses. Horses are scared of damn near everything. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen videos of them refusing to go near bunny rabbits because it's something different. So I feel like this needs to be a 4.
Ooh, rough. Okay.
I assume you don't have anything that might hinder you this, so it's probably just going to be a D10.
I think that's probably gonna be it. So.
Yeah, your struggles would not affect this.
All right.
Wow. Yeah. With your 4, you see this horse. It's kind of stomping back a little bit, pulling its head back, but you just kind of go over and do that little bird type of bobbing thing, and just kind of pat the side a little bit, and just make some effort to calm it down. And after a little bit of coaxing, it will allow you to climb up on it. Good job. Well, you all climb up on your horses, which is going to help things out a little bit as far as travel goes. But where are you heading? You have the ambiguous mountains to the northwest, but beyond that, I mean, it is a mountain range. So what's the plan? How are you going to track down this dragon?
We were told the farmer Flanagan's field was north of town, about, I think, what, 2 miles?
About 2 miles, yes.
So, I mean, we would head there, look for the signs of the destroyed building, is what Radek would think. And then he said from there to the northwest. So, I mean, if we go up to there and then look kind of northwesterly, you know, maybe we could see more of a pinpointed spot.
Okay, so it's not hard to get some more accurate directions to get to the Flanagan farm. And with your horses, it probably takes you about a half an hour or so to travel the couple miles down the road and towards a farm. And as you're getting closer, because like there are quite a few farms out there, but there's only one in the immediate vicinity that has a destroyed barn. So it's easy to guess which one is the Flanagan farm. You make your way into the farm itself, going down a long dirt road to a small country house with a white picket fence, the whole works. You know, little house on the prairie, eat your heart out. It even has a rope swing on a tree nearby. The barn is destroyed. You can definitely see that it was hit by a good sonic boom from the dragon's wings. It looks like the thing just got hit by a rush of air and exploded outward. So there's a good shower of debris leading away from where the barn is located. What I'd like for everyone to do here is you're all going to start searching for clues. Try to find anything that might pick out something that would give you a good idea of what where the dragon might be in the mountain. So I would like everyone to make, for me, a search check of some type. If you have an ability or a trait or a power that allows you to modify it, you can roll a d8. If not, you're going to roll a d10.
I've got recall, and it's this talent can be taken multiple times, choosing a different topic, and I went with magic. It says such as magical creatures, chemistry, and magical creatures is the one I went with. And it's checks to recall knowledge on this topic, get a D8 instead of, I guess, a D10.
Okay. So yeah, I'd say that your role is going to be once the things are found, your role is going to be a recall knowledge check. You're going to take the information that they find, use the information that you have in your head, and kind of go from there. So yours is going to be that recall knowledge check. You can use your D8. Does anybody else have anything that they can use for this kind of check? Okay, so the rest of you are D10s. This is less a... there's not a DC on this. This actually is just going to be determining how much information you get. So go ahead and make your rolls.
So what do we do for difficulty, though?
There is no difficulty.
Just put anything.
Yeah, just put anything.
It's, I think 5 is the basic.
Okay.
Ooh, I
Your
got a
boy
low one
did
on this.
fine. Shit.
Oh, somebody did.
Nice.
Oh, I think I hit cancel instead of...
Kaison got a 1, and I got a 3. Or Radek has a 3 for his recall knowledge.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Sam, you rolled a 10. Ouch.
Yeah.
Like you're looking around, but you see nothing. There's a few claw marks on the ground, but that's it. So how do you track down a flying dragon? Who the heck
What this world is like.
Yeah, Virik, with that 5-year-old, you're seeing a few signs of things. You see the claw marks where they landed, and you're kind of judging based on, like, the way the ground is disturbed, the way the dust has been moved by the tail and by the legs. You're kind of looking at it, and you can see a few signs of stuff like that, but beyond that, you're not really seeing any clues that might help you other than a vague general direction. Kaison, on the other hand, with that 1, You see everything. You've been wanting to be a dragon your whole life, and your little eyes are just zooming about, gathering in every single piece of information like Rain Man style. Like, there's a rock over there. That's definitely not from this area. You don't see rocks anywhere near. That definitely must have fallen out of a scale on his foot or something. Oh, looky here. Here's a little bit of rotten meat that might have come out of its mouth when it roared. That looks like it's got to be mountain goat from this one particular region. You come running over with those and a few other little things that you find. You show it to Radek. Radek had rolled a 3, which is pretty damn good as well. And the two of you kind of talking back and forth, you would know that the odds are that if it's a red dragon and it's living in the mountains, it's going to be in a cave fairly high up. Based on the rock that you found, you're pretty sure you've done some research about the area that you're in, Radek. You do know a little bit about Hyrulean, and you've probably read a book about mountains at one point that talks about the mountains here in Hyrulean, and you're fairly certain that the rock that Kaison found could only be found on this one particular mountain range there in the mountains. So it's got to be in one place. And somewhere on that mountain, there has to be a cave there large enough to house a dragon.
Oh, yeah. You guys, when we got here, I was really upset because of the lack of information, the lack of, proper facilities. I was getting a little disturbed. But as soon as we got here, the realism they've got going on here with the destroyed barn, this is awesome. And the details here, this is fantastic. I know exactly where we need to go. Did you know it? Like dragons of this size, they love being higher up in the mountains because, they got a big hoard of all their gold and stuff. They like to hide it. So it's great. Oh, and you saw some of that food over there? That's great too. He's got one of his struggles is he talks a lot. And so he just keeps fucking going and going and going. And I actually think there is I think I have the chatterbox. I roll a D12, and if I fail, I just keep giving you more useless info.
Yeah, give us that D12 roll.
Chatterbox. What would you want to set your difficulty for it?
I feel like this should be at least a 5.
5?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, so he fails big time with a 12. That's a crit fail in this system. Yeah, and also dragons. Do you know, just judging by the way they're describing this dragon of this size, do you know its poop for 1 year could fertilize all of the farms in Loroupa? That is fascinating. I wish we could combat some kind of contract with these dragons. We would feed everyone because dragon poop is very high in nutrients. I wouldn't suggest eating it. He looks at, Kaison, he goes, what's your poop like? No, yeah, that's inappropriate. I apologize. I will speak to my guild master for punishment later. I delved too deep into your personal information. I apologize. I will. That's one strike on me.
It's not that big yet. I don't know anything.
but no, it's fascinating. These dragons, these are glorious creatures. I'm surprised he only took 2 sheep. If the dragon of this size, he probably could have taken many more each. And the farmer. I would have taken the farmer. That would have made for a better story. But, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, judging off that rock, the typology of it, the colors of it, pretty sure we're looking at this kind of range, this section of the mountain range. I am from Morag, which is nearby. And so, yeah, I've seen this stuff a lot. Mountains are...
I feel like Sam just has to go and grab the dwarf.
Actually, Sam wants to roll a naive check to see if they know whether or not to interrupt this. They don't know social.
Yeah,
Need a difficult.
Yeah, roll that. Roll that
I mean-
D12. You're aiming for a 5.
I think you already know because you've all played with me. I will keep going.
Okay.
You gotta shut this dude up.
Okay. I'm looking at Virik and Kaison for help. How do we do this?
Virik keeps like, and then he starts talking.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry. I do this sometimes.
Sometimes.
Usually, we've got at home, they have a bell they ring to remind me to just kind of zip it up. I could have kept going. If you would not
No,
stop
good.
me, we would be here till tomorrow. I know a lot of stuff, really random things too. It's kind of, you know what? I'm going to stop myself because I was almost about to go again.
Oh, I mean, you know a lot of
So we're
stuff.
good?
Yeah, It's good, you know. A lot of stuff
Good.
about dragons. Hey, how big do you think you'd have to be to do that to a barn? And Cousin just starts sort of flapping their arms experimentally.
You know, I think a young dragon probably could do some damage, but this is definitely at least an adult or larger.
Well,
Now, if we're
I think
getting-
we should go before we lose the daylight.
These two on the same
Is
horse
that
is
the-
just a disaster for the party's
Oh, yeah.
composition.
This is great, you know. Now that I think about it, yeah, he's chatting with you. He's like, "Hey, what guild are you in? You got to come down to Morix sometimes. We could really use you." You know. So yeah, it's
I assume we're like or riding along while they're just chatting.
I kind of doubt you
Are you
were,
sure?
but you could probably start that at this point.
The two of us go. We just start walking, and most people follow.
hey, the horses. They know what to do. Their horse will follow. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
You hope.
I mean,
well,
I mean,
I know you think it will.
why do you want? You know what?
hope it
I will Google right now and go right back into Chatterbox if you want me to. I was like, what do horses do if they see walking in the desert? You know, will they follow each other?
If I remember correctly, horses tend to go back home.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, with a constant stream of way too much talking and nobody really wanting to interject too much, this group starts making their way towards the mountains. Why the hell not? It's a long trail, and most of it is relatively unimpeded. It's there's plains, there's farms, and then as you get past the farms, it's just more grassland and more grassland. And it tends to go on for quite a ways. The mountains looming ever so large in the distance gets larger and larger as you continue on. And based on the time it takes you to get to the mountains, it's gonna be kind of late. But how late is gonna be dependent on your group. We're going to be doing a group check to control the horses and maintain that travel in the proper direction towards the mountain range. This is going to be a D10 unless anybody has issues with traveling long distances without getting distracted or issues like that. This is just basically an endurance challenge. Yes.
I think I have a problem with that. I have the low stamina struggle, which means it is difficult for me to do physical activity for a long time.
Mhm. So
But you're riding a horse.
yes,
You are
but
sitting
you
on a
are
horse that's being
Holding on, yeah.
yeah, you're still holding on, you're still directing it. It is still exhausting to ride on a horse. If you've been on a horse for 8 hours, by the time you're done, you are worn out. So, yeah, for you, Kaison, it is going to be a D12. For you, Sam, as well, D12.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're 2 for 2 on the same struggles so far.
I also almost chose that, but I ended up not, because Chatterbox just screamed. What do you want for the difficulty?
So the difficulty is going to be a 5.
Oh shit!
Oh, come on, Sam.
Well, I gotta.
Rolling for Oregon Trail. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Radek got a 4. So I think. Oh god.
We're just passed out.
Yeah, 2 successes, 2 failures. You don't.
I mean,
yeah.
if I am willing to just pick up and carry Kaison, can that just be one failure?
Unfortunately, no, it's really not. However, I will also remind you all that you all do have effort that you can spend, so you can help people as well.
Yeah.
So you do have the ability to do that.
Since Kaison is riding on the same horse with Radek, he'd toss out 2. Yeah, he'd give 2 effort to give you another roll at that. Kind of like he's trying to be the engine for both of you.
I'll give Sam 2 effort.
Like he's talking enough for the whole group, and maybe him talking is, keeping your eyelids open.
Maybe. Okay.
An annoyance, at least.
So you get you each are getting a little bit of help. Go ahead and re-roll your rolls.
Much appreciated.
Appreciated.
Whew.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That annoyance check worked at least once.
Well,
At least it's
But
better.
appreciated.
yeah.
It's better. It's better than a
Crit fail.
It
Oh,
is better
gosh.
than a crit fail, and also 3 out of 4 successes is a lot better than halvesies. So, while you are going to be getting there kind of late, you are still getting to the mountain range with a little bit of light in the sky. So that's a good thing. Your next step is this. At the mountain, it's a mountain. You're going to have to climb it somehow. There's no real paths to take beyond a certain point. You can ride the horses a little ways into the mountains, but eventually going to become too narrow, and you're going to have to leave them and continue on foot. So by the time you get to that point, like I said, the sun is starting to descend in the sky, but you have maybe a couple hours more. And there in the distance, at the top, or not really the very top of the mountain, but up high, you can see a very large cave. Completely dark, but wide enough that a dragon could slip inside. So that's at least your first bet, your first possibility of location for this dragon. But you also have really good, reliable intel from the farms, so you're guessing that's probably it. What it's going to take to get up there is a climbing check. This is something to get yourselves up at a good, reasonable pace through difficult terrain. Now, since it is difficult terrain, if anybody has anything that allows them to supersede difficult terrain, they can declare that. Otherwise, it's going to be a D12 check, because this is difficult terrain.
Would sure-footed work for that?
Sure-footed.
Easier time moving through terrain than most?
Yes, it would.
D8
Okay.
for me.
D8.
And what difficulty?
The difficulty for this, it is a bit of a challenging climb, but not too challenging for you all. So since 3 people have sure-footed, that's going to lower the DC for this a little bit, and I'm going to make it an even 5. 5's not even, it's odd. I was just being funny.
If you have
Perfect,
trouble
I
with
failed.
going up, you can use my gear. I have sort of rummaging around in a tiny little backpack for rope. If a climbing kit is one of the equipment pieces I took.
Okay.
1, 2,
Oh.
3 of us failed.
Damn.
Oof.
Motley crew indeed.
Oh, there's one of my effort back.
Yep. So there is the climbing gear as well. When you use this gear to climb, the check to climb may use a D8. So one person could use a D8. Which I think the only person who couldn't do that was Virik.
Yeah.
I'm.
Oh, sorry.
What's up,
Oh,
Sam?
I was gonna say that. Would it, even though I failed, would it be possible to spend 2 effort to help Virik get up? Or is that weird?
For this one, I'm gonna say probably not, because this is more everyone trying to climb.
One was passed at least.
If I may, so I spent level up ranks on taking sidekick for all of y'all, so it only costs me 1 effort to help you on a check instead of 2. Since I am the only person who made it up, could we say that I am spending 3 effort to help all of y'all by laying down this climbing gear and pittance as I'm going?
I like it. That's definitely going to help out. So yes, you can assist them by using that climbing gear, and allow them to reroll using those 3 effort.
Whew. Pricey, but if it gets us up there.
Cool. Well, I passed this time, so barely, but I passed. The 5.
Are we for real?
Is it
no.
is it still a D12 or do I do a D8 this
You're
time?
going to be using that D8 because you're using the climbing gear.
And still difficulty 5?
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Unfortunately, 2 of you do still fail. You're trying your hardest.
I misspelled climb.
Is helping as much as they can. However, the 2 of you do slip and fall, and you're going to each take 1 point of damage to your health.
Oof.
You get that effort back, though, I know.
You do get the effort
There was
back.
help earlier.
Yes. So don't forget, again, every time you fail a check, you do gain an effort point back.
Yeah, I'm definitely remembering that.
I gotta start using them. That's my problem.
So what do I do now? Do I just end up making it up? Or do I have to keep rolling until I make it up?
You're gonna roll again. You can keep trying this. This is more seeing how battered you get before you make it to the top.
Still a D8, so.
Still a D8 though.
Oh wow, wow! How did you go even further back?
Damn, son.
Wow. Yeah, unfortunately, with that 8 you rolled, Virik, you fail once again, falling down, taking a 2nd point of damage.
All right, guys. See you later. I'll wait for you.
Well, now we can't. Teams are always better in 4, at least.
So do I do it again?
Happy to help.
So here's what's going to happen. You are going to be able to roll 1 more time to see if you get to the top. If you fail a 3rd time, you're still going to make it to the top. However, you are going to take a wounded condition.
God damn, thank you. Finally.
Oh.
With your 2, after a lot of difficulty and slipping and falling and hitting yourself against the rocks, Virik finally manages to get to the upper ledge, just below where the cave is.
I should have taken the wings.
Probably should have. But sure enough, you've made it up to that last stage. The cave is just slightly above you. You're like kind of all crouched below it on this ledge. I'd like for somebody to give me a perception check into the darkness of the cave. Because you do still have to check to see whether or not this is the dragon cave. If it's not, that's going to be a lot more climbing.
I do have dark vision if nobody else does. I could
I
attempt.
also have keen sight.
Yeah, what's that, Sam?
Oh, I have keen sight.
You have keen sight? Tell us about keen sight.
So I have an enhanced sense, in which case I chose vision, so I can use a D8.
Okay.
That seems to be it.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. That would work as well. So why don't the both of you give me checks into the darkness? This is there's less of a DC. Actually, no, there is a DC for this one. This is for the two. One has dark vision, the other has keen sight. I'm gonna say this is going to be a 6.
Ooh, I crit one.
Nice.
Crit succeed. That's what.
Both of you did.
Both nice.
Wow.
Go!
Very nice.
Payback for that mountain.
Very nice.
We can see exactly how much treasure is in there.
You can definitely see bones strewn about the cavern. You can see large piles of what you assume is probably dragon poo near the outer edge of the hole. You can see in the distance, quite a ways inward, but the sun as it's setting is hitting the cave just right, and there in the back there's a little golden gleam. You found the dragon's cave.
My eyes go real big when I see the treasure.
And that's where we're going to pause to take a break. So we will be back in about 10 minutes, folks, and when we return, we're going to find out what our heroes do once they make their way into the dragon's lair. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our heroes had finally discovered the cave entrance to where the dragon most likely came from. They're now all standing there looking into a long corridor covered in debris. You can see quite clearly like scratch marks along the ground now, obvious of dragon claws landing or taking flight again from outside where you are. Like just the ledge to the dragon's cave is covered in these long gouges. You can see quite a few scales on the ground as well, slightly in the darkness. Those of you who have dark vision or just really, really keen vision, the sun's hitting the area just right so that you can see the glitter of scales deeper into the cavern. Not within arm's reach right now, but you can definitely see them there. This is without a doubt the dragon's lair. So, with that in mind, as I move you all to a map, why don't you go ahead and tell me what you plan to do?
I'll let anybody else go first before I derail everything.
I mean, let's go get some treasure. and
How?
and deal with the dragon too, I guess. But treasure.
Are we gonna try to be sneaky? Sort of. Or go running in there? What do we think?
Fight best.
We
Says the one
gotta
that has
fight it in the cave, right? Because it can fly and we can't, so we gotta keep it inside.
Yes.
Very good.
Good point.
He's just kind of like
Right?
almost do a jumping jacks in place, stretching his limbs out. He's like, all right, everybody. He's like, now, I'm guessing standard guild rules will apply. Obviously, if you take injuries, come on, take an injury. Nobody wants to fake one here. It's like, we're all professionals, right? It's like, good. It's like, I'm sure the Arbiter will be, looking in on for experience points. You will level up, I'm sure. Everybody's great here. Maybe not get to my level, but I'm sure you guys are going to be here. We're going to do well. I'm loving the realism. This is great. This is an awesome setting. It's private, though, which I'm not used to. But you know what? I could play for small crowds. I'm not good. I'm good all around. He's like, so I was like, anybody got strategy? It's like going
What's
up
your
and being
level?
What? What do you mean? What's that? Well, it's your rank in your guild. It's your prestige.
Oh.
You
I don't think I have one of
get
those.
more abilities, and you get more. People look at you different. What do you mean? What level? Amateurs. All right, I see. All right, I could drag everybody through this. I've done it before. It's like
Before we go in, I am gonna spend one effort to heal myself. One.
No, and like, yeah, you did take a nasty fall. I was like, I have been trained in some of the healing arts as well. You never know when somebody's gonna, have a pretty bad break out there, bad sprain. Injuries happen in this business. We gotta look out for each other.
No doubt, it's kind of interesting as you're watching. You see Virik reach out and touch themselves, and a bright glow of energy comes out from their hand as they touch their chest, and the wounds that they had from climbing up, the cuts and scrapes and bruises, all seem to just dissolve a little bit and look as though they've been healing for at least a few weeks.
I do still have one hit point less.
Yeah, that's why I said they did. That's why I didn't say they closed completely.
I like that. Going in with a little bit of a bruise on you. Dangerous one over here. I like your style.
Well, as you do that, I imagine you all climb up into the lair itself. How are you going to proceed? Are you just boldly walking on in, looking for the dragon, or do you have some other plan in mind?
I do feel we should be at least a little stealthy, a little quiet.
Oh yeah, I mean this dragon, and he's gonna do he's like, obviously it's gonna be some kind of an elaborate setup here. So we want to make sure everything looks as real as possible. Don't just stride in though. Sometimes arbiters will look at that as like arrogance, like you're not taking it seriously. Not everybody can be that big strapping man walking up the middle unafraid. So yeah, I agree. Let's take it some stealthy options, play it safe. Obviously this is a dragon's lair after all again.
When you hunt in a pack, you try to overwhelm the creature by bringing it down with as many bites as possible. Does everybody want to call a limb?
Hit what you can. Hit what you can.
Yeah, I mean, typically biting is frowned upon in most guilds, but I get what you're saying. Yes, mass attacks, for larger situations, do call for such a thing. Yes, coordinated though.
Try to
Bite
stay
it. How are you
close.
supposed to kick it to death?
Well, I mean, nobody wants to die today. I mean, let's come on. Let's be realistic here. We're not. Nobody's gonna die. I mean, whatever this construct is we're gonna be going against, it'll be defeated. Don't worry. Nobody's gonna die, right? I mean, come on. Do people die in your guild? I mean, come on. Nobody dies, right? You guys have people die in yours? That's very unprofessional.
I mean, hopefully nobody will die. But just in case, stay close. I'll shield everybody.
See, he just started looking. He's like, people talk about die. He's just like, he goes, people die in their guilds. He's like, investigate with authorities. It's like, check with, Morag authorities to see who sanctioned their guild.
What are your thoughts, Sam?
Sam is reading over Radek's shoulder and just is at a loss as to what to do. Just fully accept to maybe prepare for this by using their developed trait power. I'm trying to pick which one.
Which one will help you? I don't think there is one. Because I don't think the Sagas people anticipated me.
I meant for the dragon, but fair. I'm feeling some fluffy wings. So in preparation for this battle, I'm going to spend an effort to magically have these wings so I can fly
Okay.
as needed.
You all watch as Sam begins casting a spell and these feathery wings start growing out of their back.
What? But we didn't even fight it yet. How'd you do that?
Don't worry, it's just temporary.
Huh.
For you, it'll be permanent. I hope.
I guess we'll see. So, how are you advancing?
Quietly.
Okay. Well, if you're all moving quietly, give me stealth checks.
Okay.
So, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rolling d10s unless you have something that is going to assist with that, like a sneaking skill or something like that. I feel like the DC for this probably going to be a 4.
I'm assuming sure-footed with the movement through terrain, making it easier to cover that, or
No, that would not affect this. You're looking for something like
there
a
were
sneaking
stealth-based ones. Yeah,
Yes, yeah, that's
Like
what you're looking
soft-footed.
for.
Okay.
Radek got a 4.
I got 4 as well.
Sam got a 5.
Ooh.
Not a
Okay.
tragedy, but
Well, I didn't do so good either.
Yeah, I'm sitting on an 8 here, so.
So, your group begin to make their way into the dragon's lair, crouching down, keeping to the shadows as much as you can. You scurry along. Unfortunately, as you get to right about here, and as you do, Kaison, you trip over a rock, squawking loudly in surprise as you stumble and try to keep your balance. Your Rark, I guess. I don't know what the sound a raptor makes, but it echoes throughout the entire chamber loudly. At which point you all hear a rumbling growl.
Oh, the realism is so great.
You all look back and forth, eyes wide, as a gigantic beast begins flapping. You hear the sound of whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. As you're looking about, a shadow covers over the area. The cave is slightly illuminated from the setting of the sun as the massive sight of a dragon slams down directly in front of you all. This thing is massive. 4 large paws, tipped with claws, massive wings extended outward in a just majestic display for you, Kaison. You're looking up at something that you have dreamed of becoming since the day you achieved consciousness. It is a dragon who opens its mouth and lets out a bellowing roar. And we're gonna need to roll some initiative here, folks. So, there is no real, the way we roll initiative in Sagas is you're just gonna roll a D10 unless you have a feature that hinders you reacting quickly. If you do have a skill or a feature apart from that, like a struggle or something, you're gonna roll a D12. There is no DC for this. This is just in ascending order, so whoever rolls the lowest goes first.
You said D12?
If you have something that makes you roll a D12. Otherwise, it's a D10.
6.
For those of you who are not in the know in Sagas, this is called a reaction check. Okay, Virik, what did you get?
I got an 8, which is perfect for the person who's supposed to shield everybody else.
Probably. Sam, what did you get?
A 1.
1, nice. Kaison?
6.
6. And Radek?
6 as well.
6 as well. Who wants to go first between the two of you?
Yeah, you can have it, nobody.
Much appreciated.
Okay. There we go. So let's get some good battle music here going.
From Blood from a Stone, the adorable Tabaxi rogue. Of course, the cat person would.
I rolled a d12 for that now. 1.
That
By the way.
is
Better.
That is amazing. So, we're going to be starting out at the top of the turn order with Sam Wisebirch. Now, in Sagas, the way battle goes is you have 2 things you can do on your turn. You can move, which allows you to go from one hex to the other, and you can make an attack action or some other action, like moving again, or doing your attack, or doing magic, or anything else, really, that you can think of on your turn. So that's kind of it. Everyone just has the 2. So, however, the other thing I should make sure to mention is that while on your turn you can only do those 2 things, when it's not your turn, you can react to help people. Giving them encouraging words, things like that, being nearby to do cool stuff. If you help somebody, again, it costs 2 effort like everything else, but it adds a dice to their roll. Now, for combat, you need to call that out beforehand. We've already talked about it a little bit, so you know that you have to do it. So before the player rolls, you have to say you're going to help them. Your other thing that you can do that's not on your turn, you can do combo moves. If the two of you are together in the same hex, in the same area, and you want to help them by doing a combo move, you declare it before you roll, and the two of you kind of tell us a little bit about how you're making this combo move. If the attack succeeds, you do 2 points of damage instead of 1 point of damage, and that's pretty clutch in these situations. So keep that in mind. Now, the dragon that is in front of you, like I said, is large. That means that each hex that he is in counts as 8 for the purposes of crowding. So keep that in mind as well. A medium creature is a size of 2. Small creatures are a size of 1, but the dragon is the size of 8, and each area can only hold up to 10 in one hex. So does that make sense? If there's more than 10, you can still be in that hex. You just cannot attack. However, the dragon being large probably still can. So keep that in mind.
Radek is small for anybody that worried about him. He's a 1.
Mm-hmm.
He takes up 1 space.
Yep, Radek and Kaison, are you as well small?
Yeah, at 18 inches tall, I kind of had to be.
That's what I thought. So yeah. Good. So yeah, both of you only count as 1 for the purposes of I'm blanking on the word for a second. Sorry. For the purposes of just the amount that each area can take. God damn. I'm going to cut this part out since I'm stumbling over it so damn bad. Capacity. Is that it?
It
Like
sounds
the-
right.
Yeah.
I think it's
Capacity. So anyway, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So yeah, each hex has a capacity of 10. As long as there's no more than 10 in that hex, then you can still attack. If there's more, then you can't. Dragon still can. Radek and Kaison both count as 1, so that's good to know. The two of them could stay in the same hex if they wanted to, but if one of them is in there, it counts as 9. So if somebody medium-sized goes in there, you would not be able to attack, because then there would be 11 capacity. So does that all make sense?
Yes.
So is that including like?
The dragon.
I'm assuming it's the tile that's directly underneath, not the ones that's kind of overflowing into.
No, that it counts for those. That's what I'm saying. So for
Okay,
each
gotcha.
hex it is in, it counts as 8. So every hex that it touches, it counts as 8. So here counts as 8. Here counts as 8. Here counts as 8 in the middle, even.
Okay. So you have to be here to be within melee range. Then,
Yes,
right?
you do.
Okay.
Okay.
So we all on the same page?
I think so.
I do
Yeah,
have a question about that.
Yes.
So what I was hoping for is that I would pick up Kaison and fly them, drop them on the dragon, go for the throat. That was my plan. But that means I can't attack. Like, can I move to a different, like, hexagon?
So if you're going to pick them up and move them, that would be your action to do so.
Yeah.
But you could pick them up, fly over to the next hex, and drop them off if you wanted to. However, if you were to do that, that hex for that round, as long as the two of you are in there with the dragon, the capacity would be 11, and the two of you would not be able to attack.
Okay.
That makes sense? So yes, it is possible, but there are side effects that would happen. Okay. Well, it is your turn, Sam. So with that in mind, what would you like to do?
Neither is going to attack. So, just to clarify, in terms of like the amount of hexagons I can move, I can only move 2. if I use up my action as well.
Correct.
Okay. Then I am going to move. I think I would like to move this guy over here. Or two. About there.
Now
I'm
that
trying to
would
get
be
my-
that would be 3 hexes you moved.
Oh, okay, great. So there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's all I can do for now,
Okay.
right?
Yep. Yep, that would be your turn.
Okay.
Okay, next up is the dragon's turn. It sees you coming running up directly towards it. It also sees the group of you clustered over there. The first action a dragon always does when it sees a group nearby, it's gonna unload its fire breath. So I need everyone to make a roll to resist powered. In this hex right here, that would be Kaison, Radek, and Virik.
Sorry, is this an avoid check or a resist?
This is an avoid check.
Okay. Cool.
Is there a difficulty?
Yes, there is. The difficulty is 5.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and spend effort to help Radek with this because he seemed like he was struggling as we were coming into this whole thing. So I'm imagining Kaison just sort of tackling him down. He's pretty small as well, so.
So I guess what I get 2 die then?
So you are going to get 2 dice to roll this.
Alright. Alright, give it a copy. Dose. Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Whoops.
Oh, then you failed.
I did, yeah.
Yep, unfortunately. So, Virik, what did you roll?
I don't want to talk about that.
It was the bad one.
Yeah, and what did you roll? You rolled an 8. That is definitely a failure. Radek, what did you get?
3.
3, that is a success. Kaison, what did you get?
That's a big ol' 7.
Oof, that is a failure. So the two of you are both gaining the following wound: full body burn. No sense of touch. I will pop this in. Avoid checks versus fire or heat must use a D12 because you are taking. Or no, sorry. Right now it is a D10.
Yeah, I used a 10 to avoid.
Wait a minute. No, it's wound severity 2, so it's a 12.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
So
something different.
you are all taking 1 point of damage and the wound severity 2 of full body burn.
Do I still take the 1 damage, just not the wound severity?
Nope, you are not taking the damage.
Oh, okay.
Kaison was able to jump and push
Knock
you
me
out of the way
yeah.
just in time as this blast of flame hits the two of them.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I took avoid fire. Dodge fire, I mean.
What is your Oh, that's right. You do have that ability, don't you?
Yeah. It helped me out so well.
Yeah, because you rolled an 8. Ouch. Yeah. Okay. That is it for the dragon. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's a boss. It gets 2 attacks.
That's not fair.
Of course it is. Of course it's fair. Its attack is going to be right at Sam. Sam, I need you to roll to avoid. You're going to be rolling a you're dodging a 4.
I should have taken the heat resistant trait, and I didn't think of it. Okay, I'm beating a 4.
Whew, nice. The dragon swipes at you with this massive claw. You have your rapiers out, and you're able to catch the claw with your rapiers right as it's swiping, pushing it back. It kind of lifts you up off the ground, and you kind of do a tumble roll and land on your feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Dragon's turn is over. Radek, you're up next. No, sorry. We said Kaison was going to go first. Kaison, you're up next.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it. Burning feathers don't smell great. Yeah. I think because Kaison has the sprint ability, it's a Velociraptor, so it's quick. It's just gonna zip 2 squares over here with its movement. And they're gonna do the thing. They talked about this, they're doing the pack thing, so it's gonna try and latch on to that leg with a great big ol' bite.
I like it.
Let's see what we got here. What is my difficulty?
To attack, it is a 4. They have a defensive 4.
Makes sense. Nope.
You go running towards it, jumping with those feet claws that you have slashing at it, but you hit super hard dragon scales, and you just king right off of it and land on the ground.
I think it just sort of starts making this, noise in the back of its throat, and that's the end of the turn.
I like it. Radek, you're up next.
He's kind of picking himself up, dusting himself off. He's like, what kind of Bush League operation are you running here? That was fire way too close to the combatants. I am writing to your guildmaster as soon as we're done, but you know what? I gotta punish you first. And so he's gonna grab his guy, starts rubbing the side of it, and then you see the runes start to glow along the side of his crossbow, and he is going to do an empowered shot using 2. He'll use 2 effort at level 4 on his powered projectiles, and he is going to fire at this. What he still thinks is a big construct. It's not real. So he goes, you have to be taught a lesson. And so he's firing up at it with a powered shot.
I like it.
That is going to be a 2 to hit.
Nice. You all watch as this crossbow's runes just flare up and this bolt of energy comes shooting out from the crossbow, streaking up over the dragon and impacting it into its shoulder. The dragon roars in pain, taking those 2 points of damage.
And he goes, you got more of that coming, mister, if you're going to continue to act with such disregard for the health of your combatants.
I feel like the dragon should just roar at you all in response. You know?
But yeah, on that attack I did, since I've got level 3 in weapons training for projectiles, I get a D8 for my attacks. And then, yeah, he just gets extra damage on that empowered shot.
Heck yeah. Okay. At the bottom of turn order, we find Virik. Virik, what are you up to?
Yes, the mighty protector finally gets to gets to go. My shield would have been pretty handy a couple moments ago. But I am going to instead use control water and use that to attack the dragon.
Is that something you can use at long range?
It says close.
You gotta be in the next.
Yeah, you're going to have to move up 1 to use this then.
Yeah, with my weapon, it has the long range, I guess, characteristic. So I get 3. I get 3 hexes I can shoot to.
But okay, so this is not in melee range then?
That is melee range, yes.
Okay, so then but I'm
Yeah, you have to be in melee range, I thought you said.
no, because so rank 1 is melee, but then rank 3 says attack range is increased to close.
Oh, okay, then yeah,
So
yes.
yeah, you can be a hex away.
Then yes, you can be 1 hex away. So there you go.
Okay. So then I am going to create water. Or, well, it's not water. It's going to be more ice.
Yeah, just describe for us how, what the spell is that you're casting. Like, how does it look?
I mean, I just, like, kind of put my hand up and create, like, a... Hold on, let me see how much I do. I don't remember how much I can create.
Well...
It's up to 5 times my size. So I'm gonna, like, it's a giant... I mean, can I have it be, like, kind of almost like a hailstorm? Like,
yeah, you're kind of creating water with this magic, so you can absolutely create this like giant wave of magic above it, and then send down like just a hailstorm of ice.
yeah, I'm gonna do that. And it's a difficulty of 4, you said?
It is a difficulty of 4 to hit the dragon.
And
Yeah,
it's
baby.
4 attack.
Hell yeah.
Just hits. You all look up in the sky as this ball of just ice begins to coagulate right there in the top. Suddenly it shatters into a bunch of shards and goes raining downward, striking the dragon, pelting him. The dragon cries out in pain, taking a point of damage. There you go. Love it. Where is... There he is. Dragon's looking a little hurt, not too hurt right now, as it's sitting there. But Sam, you're up first. So what are you going to do?
I am going to try to, with my rapiers, just drag them through the wing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping to do. Would I have to move for that?
No, you are you're within melee range. You can just kind of run up and slash at it.
Sounds good to me. Let's do the thing.
If anybody wants to look in the rule book for like the melee range, it's page 12 of 47. Listed on melee, close, mid-range, long, everything explained.
Oh, my sad little himbo.
What'd you get?
10.
Yeah, unfortunately with a 10, you go running up intending to slash at the wings with your sword. Unfortunately, as you jump and take a swipe, that's at the exact moment the wings rise, and you just kind of go through the air. You whiff completely. But that gains you an effort back, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is the dragon. The dragon is, he's looking at you all. His eyes go back and forth. He is going to be taking a slash first at Sam. So I'm going to need that roll to dodge.
I spend an effort to aid this, maybe by letting out a screech at just the right moment to distract the dragon.
Absolutely, you can. Go ahead and take a point of your effort off, and Sam, you get an extra dice.
Love to.
Okay. I'm sorry, what's the difficulty again?
It is a 4.
Oh, appreciate that one.
Nice.
Needed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, he slashes at you. You just kind of do this tuck and roll out from underneath it and just barely manage to dodge. Well done. The dragon's head then turns towards you. Kaison, making noise and being irritating. It is going to be making an attack at you. We're going to call it, it's a bite attack. Its head just lunges towards you, trying to bite. You're going to make a dodge attack, a dodge as well. Same melee DC, it is a 4.
Okay. Do I need to be rolling a 12 for this? Is this a heat or fire attack?
This is not a heat or fire attack.
Sounds good. I appreciate that.
Nice.
What'd you get?
That's a 1 on the die.
That is a 1. Critical success. The jaws go shooting towards you, but you are waiting for this moment. You jump upward, kind of do a pivot over its snout, and land on the other side. And, Kaison, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, you know, I really only have the one combat maneuver here, so
True.
let's see how we can do. And 4.
Nice.
What you got?
That would be a 3, so I think that's just a big old chomp right back.
Yeah, it sure is.
We're doing the bite fight over here.
As the dragon's moving its head back, you jump and just bite it right on the tip of its nose. The dragon roars in pain and kind of has to shake you off. That is 1 point of damage. Are you going to move? Or are you going to stay where you're at?
I think I like where I'm at, because I can see the whole party from here, so I can keep helping folks.
Sounds good. Next up, Radek.
He goes, yeah, you see how you're getting your ass kicked now? That's how real professionals do it. And he's just getting real upset. He's going to move to the other side of the rock. You see he rubs his hand along the thing again, and the flash again. I got 2 more points. I'm going to do another empowered shot.
Nice.
Or energized shot.
I like it. You're rolling against defense 4.
Ow.
Oh, that's a bummer. As you're aiming, you're lining up to shoot. You shoot right about the same time Kaison bit the dragon, and his head goes backwards just as your shot goes off, and it goes streaking right underneath the dragon's chin.
And I'll get you with the next one. I was like, taking your construct down today, and we're not helping repair it when we're done.
Well, while that was a miss and cost you 2 effort, you gain an effort point back because you missed.
That's right.
Okay. Next up, we've got Virik.
Well,
Eat your mic.
There's nowhere I can go that will make shield very effective.
Yeah, you kind of need your party to be in the same area for that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna go here. I'm trying to decide. No, gosh. You know what? I'm gonna ice him again. That seemed to work pretty decent.
Ice, ice, baby.
Dude, shut up.
No, you stop, collaborate, and listen.
Because I had that written in there already.
Ha 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 ha! Damn, I called it. Sure enough, a 4 just hits. You conjure up another ball of ice, launching it towards the dragon, striking it against the side of its head. It does roar out in pain, taking 1 point of damage.
Get out of my brain.
Oh, I set up shop there years ago, baby doll. Top of the turn order, we've got Sam.
Okay. I think Sam wants to go for the eyes. And I have wings, so I can potentially get close to it, but I don't know if that's just my entire move then. If I flew above the dragon.
Yeah, if you flew into the next hex to be right above it, that would use 1 movement.
Okay.
So you could absolutely do that.
Sweet. I'm gonna go for the eyes.
Go for the eyes, boo. My favorite Forgotten Realms character is a ranger who has a miniature giant space hamster named Boo.
Oh.
You know, it pains me to say this, but I didn't find him in time in Baldur's Gate 3, and I had to kill him later. And it hurt so bad. Boo was so pissed at me.
Oh, that's harsh. What'd you roll?
6.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with a 6, that is another miss. You're flying up into the sky with your 2 rapiers, almost Peter Pan style, trying to stab at this dragon, but it just dodges and kind of rolls its head away. It's watching you, and definitely did not like the fact that you just took attack at it. It's going to try to eat you. Its head just shoots forward, trying to bite at you. So this is going to be a dodge roll for a DC of 4.
I'd like to spend an effort to add to that roll again. This is what I'm good for.
Fair enough.
Just the
That's
most inopportune, screeching, squawking little bird thing.
You took that sidekick. That's the perfect trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took sidekick for each of you. That's why I can do this so much.
That comes in clutch. It really does.
Okay. Oh.
It's worked out multiple
Here we
times
go.
now.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that 3, the dragon's jaws are about to bite at you. Unfortunately, an annoying squawk stops it at the last moment, biting down right as your boot slips past its teeth. You're now flying directly above this thing. The dragon is going to look down at you, Kaison. It's very angry now and is going to blast its entire fire breath at you. I need you to roll to dodge a power. This is a DC of 5.
I only got 1 pointer. I'd help.
I want to help. I'm just trying to figure out how to help
Oh,
besides
you
yelling
give-
at it.
Can I? So what? I have to spend 2 effort to give him another dice roll.
Yes, somebody would have to spend 2 effort, and anyone can do
I'll
it.
do
You want to do it this time?
Yeah, and I'm gonna yell at him to freeze.
Ba-bum.
I really appreciate that, because this is the one on the 12, because thanks to the fire breath.
Yes, you are rolling this as a 12.
Alas.
Oh.
I tried.
That's a shame.
I appreciate you trying.
This is a gigantic blast of fire that hits you. Whoosh! Striking you. You are taking 1 point of damage, and your wound severity is going up by 1. So let me double check on wounds here real quick.
Here's 20.
Heck.
I think it's after all the traits. That was combat.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. I think it's just, yeah, it has to do with resting. It doesn't...
Yeah, I think at 3 you can't get it. Like you can't actually heal resting. You need magical attention.
That's right.
You can even-
That's what it was. Okay.
Before you can start to heal while you rest. I'll find it if you want to keep going.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
It wounds. Help action. Wounds are affect me under a PC. Applied experience. That increases them. Attacks, partial cover. Oh. No, it's last stand. Oh, there it is. At 3, all checks use a D12. It just says all
Ooh.
checks
Oh,
become
that's
D12.
rough.
there you go.
And then at 4, you fall unconscious for 24 hours.
So there you go. Right now you are at wound 3, which means you are going to be rolling in a D12 unless you can get that wound severity down.
And that's on page 14 is the severity limit.
Thank you. Okay. That's it for the dragon's turn. And Kaison, you are up.
That's far from ideal. Sorry, just to confirm, the wound you're talking about is the fire breath one, right? Because the one you just described is exhausted.
Yeah, the fire breath is what is giving you the wounds, and then...
At severity 3, it turns into a D12.
Regardless.
Well, yes,
Oh, wait,
but that's
no,
that
under
specific
rest.
wound. Different wounds do different stuff.
That okay? Yeah, you're right. That was that one. What you're talking about, Joe? That is just wound exhausted.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess as the dragon got special.
Yeah, no. The dragon's thing is a fire thing. We're gonna continue on. I think you're gonna be okay. As far as I can see, I'm not seeing anything that says anything else about the wounds. I think it's just you can't recover unmagically,
Right.
without losing the wounds. I think that's kind of what it is.
If only we had some potions.
That's true. That's true. If only you did have some potions. But it is Kaison's turn.
Is it a combat action to use a potion?
It is an action, yes.
Okay. Then yes. Y'all may recall at the beginning I said that one of the items I was taking was a healing device.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in the middle of this fight, fighting this dragon, this little raptor is gonna stop and swing its tiny little backpack off its back and rummage through until it finds that purple goo.
Yeah, absolutely. So you find that purple goo, drop it down your gullet, and drink it down. And as you do, some of those burns just start to heal across your body, reducing that wound severity.
Real problem is I can't do that again for 24 hours.
Yeah, without... I believe magical means still will allow it, though.
I think so, yeah. It's just a device you become immune to.
Yes. Okay, Radek, you're up next.
Still, he's like, he goes, how? He goes, where are the arbiters? How could they allow this to continue? And he's just fuming at this point. He's gonna look down at Beulah, his gun. It's Beulah, by the way, its name. He's like, all right, baby, you gotta cool down a bit. He goes, just give Daddy a regular shot. And now he's just gonna fire just a normal shot. It's still powered, but it's not empowered. It's not energized, so it's not getting extra damage. He said it's a 4 for his defense.
Yep, it is a 4 for his defense.
Ooh, that is a crit. I don't remember, does crit do anything special?
I believe crit does extra damage. Let me double check here real quick. If you roll a 1 on any of the dice used for an attack, you land a critical hit. Your attack deals 1 additional damage.
Yeah, baby.
So I kind of like to think that you're aiming at, and you're going to hit a vital spot. Where are you going to hit it?
It's been swiping at it with its wing, and I keep seeing Sam going up there trying to stab through it. So I'd like to think he hits maybe, like, I guess, one of the joints of the wing, maybe not, I guess, the shoulder joint. And I'd like to think he maybe, like, almost kind of puts that wing, I guess, maybe out of commission, at least maybe for, I don't know if it'd be permanent, like for a round.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be permanent. Yeah, you don't have an ability that it does the wound or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it does hurt it, and it does seem like it's flapping it a little weird, like it's having a little trouble with that wing as this bolt is stuck into the meat of the shoulder.
And so he's just like, that is what you get when you go against a professional. And he's just fuming.
The dragon does look bloodied at this point. He's taking some hits. Virik, you're up next. Eat your mic.
Do I want to attack again, or do I want to heal my little dino friend here. Because I can do both. You know what though? I've been doing pretty good attacking him. I think I'm gonna attack
Yeah,
him.
that's true.
Let's get him down as quick as possible.
Yeah, I think we've done 6 damage together.
Dang
Oh.
it. 5, I
Oof.
missed that.
That is a miss. You aim your magic energy of the crystal of ice, throw it at him, but the dragon is watching and dodges out of the way. So that is a miss. However, you do get your point of effort back.
Yeah, at least there's that.
It's top of the turn order, Sam. What you got?
What do I got? Okay, so I admittedly don't feel great about Kaison being right at the foot of this dragon, and I'm trying to decide what to do about that because I don't know how to help. Because I didn't take any of the health potions that I'm pretty sure I don't know exist. I didn't roll for that, but I'm pretty sure I don't know what's in that satchel.
No, I thought they
So
told us all what it was.
Yeah, the mayor did say
Yeah,
that they were all healing potions.
oh, okay, I'm just checking. I'm thinking of like how the mechanics work in terms of lifting Kaison up. So that's one. Pickup is the action. I wouldn't be able to leave that hexagon,
Yeah,
right?
you would not.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm just gonna keep going for the eyes.
Going for the eyes.
I'm trying to make it harder for this dragon to hit us. Sight might help that, messing with its sight, so. Let's see if this works.
Does anybody want to do anything to help Sam before they make their attack?
I've only got 1 effort I can't do yet.
You know what? I'll go ahead and add a couple effort to hopefully hurt him again. Or, add a
At a die.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
for attack, isn't it that it adds a point of damage, right?
If you're
Right.
trying to do a combo move.
Yeah, can I do that?
Well, so here's the thing. In theory, I'd say yeah, because you only use your magic. It does have a close range. I'll allow it in this circumstance. It's a single dice roll. It's not 2. But the benefit of it is it does double damage if it does hit.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
If that's the case, can I then spend an effort to assist this attack?
Yes, you can.
Ooh,
Okay,
nice.
yeah.
So 2 dice.
I think then, yeah. Just flaring up, getting as big, the way an owl does when it's threatened, just
Just
trying to
hold
be big
up.
and scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to try to distract the dragon as Virik begins casting this spell and Sam goes for the eyes. So let's see if you're able to hit.
Crit!
Oh, nice.
Legendary.
So
Okay, that's double. That's a crit. That's double the damage. It's going to take 4 points of damage from this. So, Virik and Sam, describe for me how the two of you together, using the magic of your ice spell and Sam with their rapiers, how do you do this massive damage to this dragon?
I feel like I start casting the ice like right over Sam, and then as they attack the dragon, the ice kind of goes with the sword or the rapier, and
Yeah, like
Rapier sword?
essentially, it's a rapier. Yeah, just like essentially freezes it until it's just like, it's so cold, it's hot, and just like right in there with both of them at this point because I'm just so frustrated. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. With your glowing bright blue ice blade, you go flying towards the eye, stabbing directly into it and twisting. The dragon roars in pain. "Ah!" As it flings its head side to side in pain. That is massive damage. This dragon looks severely wounded at this point. Oh, and it's its turn next.
Wait, it's not dead yet?
No. It's not dead yet.
we're working on it.
Whoops.
Wounded, one eye now squinted and closed because all of the juices are just dribbling down its cheek. The dragon looks wildly and snaps at you, Sam, as you're trying to fly away. So I need that roll to dodge. You're aiming for a 4.
Let's hit that one more aid. That is my last effort for the moment, so nobody else got.
Okay. I'm trying to. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Whew. Lucky. The dragon's trying to chomp at you, and you just barely manage to fly away from those teeth as they very nearly clamp onto you. But you do successfully dodge. I think in this, it gets 2 attacks. It can attack twice. It's going to try to hit you again, Sam.
Yeah.
I feel like that's valid. Same roll, trying to dodge with that 4.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sorry, I can't help this time.
No, it's you. You have been saving all of our butts. It is appreciated.
Draw your own right now. Unless Radek and I can combine our.
No,
Yeah,
I
unfortunately, you
asked
cannot
that
do
once
that.
before.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Wow.
I am not meant to be Et, apparently.
No, you are not going to get 8 this time. It tries to get you a second time, rearing up on its hind legs to get you, but you're zippy and fast, and you just go out of the way. Nice. Kaison, it's your turn.
All right. Kaison is hurt. They're tired. I think they're gonna scoot around here just to try and keep off balance, because you can't stay in the same place when you're hunting, obviously.
Obviously.
And yeah, it's just gonna sort of hunker down and hiss with the same energy as a badger that's going after a bear, and it's gonna try and keep on.
Yeah. Go ahead and make that attack. It's a defensive 4.
If I kick the dragon in the eye, can that count as a help
Yeah,
action?
absolutely.
Yeah,
You
easy.
can spend the 2 effort to assist Kaison.
Kick him in the other eye.
Yeah.
So basically, as you're flying away from that bite, you just suddenly twist and do a roundhouse kick into the other eye.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
What'd you get?
It's a 2.
That is a 2. That is a success. Right as Sam kicks the dragon in the other eye, you go jumping for the belly, slashing at it with your claws that hook into one of the scales, ripping it off and piercing its delicate underbelly flesh, doing a point of damage. This dragon is barely hanging on at this point, but it is still up. Radek, it's your turn.
He's just gonna start stalking forward, just angry. Takes off his little. He's been wearing this like warm knit hat, and you just see he's got the bowlest cut of all bowl cuts on his head, and he is just furious. And he starts going almost into a biblical verse of just how he's just preaching at the mountain. He goes, I am going to make sure this production is shut down. Yes, awesome theatrics, but you shall not pass. And he's just doing this, and then he just points Beulah back up there, and he's going to fire another shot. Oh, and that is a 3.
Nice. That is a hit, doing one more point of damage. The dragon roars in pain as this other crossbow bolt sinks into the eye the dragon was just opening again after being kicked there. Funk. It's flailing about. It is stumbling backwards, barely able to hang on, barely alive. And Virik, it is your turn.
Okay, well. I feel like a one-trick pony here, but if it works, it works, right?
Yeah. That's the joy of sagas. It's awesomeness is in its simplicity. It's all just about how we describe these things.
How's it 2?
Virik, describe for me how you down this red dragon.
I think I'm gonna, it's a hailstorm, and it's just gonna pelt down like on its head and just pretty much encase it in ice.
And you just watch as these icicle shards slamming into the dragon once, twice, boom, 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 just covering it in ice, which solidifies whole. And with that, the dragon closes its non-existent ice one last time and dies. Well done, everybody. You took out the freaking dragon. How do you feel?
Radek's gonna go, huzzah! How dare you go against 4 heroes? Oh! And he's just flexing his tiny little body.
Heck yeah.
He's gonna approach this dragon. He's like, where is your operator? He's just start kicking at it. He's like, wow, you guys really made this thing well. Like where? And he's slowly dawning on it. He sees all the big bones. He's like, where? He's hyperventilating a little. Okay. I might be in over my head here. Is this real? Are you okay? He's gonna look at the bald dragonborn now, the poor little lizard that's covered. Those are really good looking wounds. You just hear a toot like, and he's just gonna like stumble back onto a rock and just contemplate things a little bit.
Absolutely. While that's going on, what are the rest of you doing?
Kaison is sort of scampering around in anticipation, just okay, we did it, we won, so it should be happening any second now. I'll just get bigger, and I'll get bigger, and it's just not happening. It's a velociraptor. It's not a dragon.
Yeah.
And then there's this moment where it sort of pauses and and then there's something clicks in the back of its throat, and it just spews a blast of fire. Okay, I guess we have to find another one. That's a step.
There were just stabs and stares at the little raptor breathing fire for a second.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We can do that like 3 more times, right?
Sure, or we could try to. I thought we were gonna eat this dragon. Was that not the?
What?
Is that not what we
This
do?
one, yeah, but we gotta. I mean, I didn't get bigger, right? So I got the fire, but I didn't. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Got a 1,000-yard stare. Yeah. Eat dragon. Real dragon.
And I imagine as you all, like the scene kind of turns towards the giant horde of gold in the background. And Virik, what are you doing over there?
Well, let's see.
You
What's my
Scrooge him.
difficulty?
That's probably gonna be a 3.
I'm packed my pockets.
I mean, of course.
Yeah, the scene turns and Virik is just at the edge of the dragon's horde, just scooping gold coins into their bag. And with the scene of a little dwarf sitting on a rock contemplating their life choices, a little raptor breathing fire and running around an ice-encased dragon, Sam looking on and this whole thing not quite sure what to do, and Virik shoveling gold coins into their bag. We leave our 4 intrepid adventurers a little more wiser, maybe, a little more wealthy, absolutely. Not quite a dragon yet, but hey, one step in that right direction. And that's where we're gonna leave things here on Dance with Dragons. So well done, everybody. You defeated the dragon. How'd you like that battle?
I'm liking. I can't wait to see what we can get with our group on Monday with upgrading things. I'm looking forward to that now.
Yeah.
Much more so.
Absolutely. Well, tune in 2 weeks' time when we will be back with the full Æther-Shanties crew, striking off into the multiverse. It should be a lot of fun. Thank you, Brandie, for coming in and playing with us today. We very much appreciate it. Why don't you go ahead and start things off and tell us who you are and where we can find you on the internet.
Oh, I'm Brandie. You can find me every other Wednesday playing Curse of Strahd. And then the opposite Wednesdays playing Aether Tech Wars. Otherwise, I'm on all the socials as River Dragon 82. That's River with a Y, Dragon 82. It's mostly pictures of my dog. Not much else.
Still nothing wrong with that. Joe, why don't you go next?
Normally would be this coming Monday, but 2 weeks from Monday, I am Zorgith, the slightly arrogant, everybody's favorite though, Triton young boy, on the Æther-Shanties. Hey, it's, you know what? We're not going to take a vote today, but in his mind, he's everybody's favorite. And then actually, now Wednesday from 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from this coming Wednesday, I am the adorable Corwin Oliver Goodwood in Curses.
And
So
then this Wednesday you'll be in the Fab 5 campaign wrap up.
Yeah, that one. I mean, we get some laughs, we get some good times, from our favorite memory campaign. I suggest you check it out. If you ever watched 5, it's good just to have us all together once again. And then I'm Blood from Stone on X and everything else, and that's it.
Right on. Nico, why don't you go next?
Well, hi everyone. I'm Nico. I played the Isekai Puss in Boots, Sam Wisebirch, who I actually named partially after Alyssa's cat, Alyssa, who is in the Fab Five. So I'm stoked to tell her about this afterwards. You can find me on the internet as static.blue.stray. And I also on Æther-Shanties play the grumpiest space owl dad you've ever met, Dr. Ezra Bloom. So stoked to see you then.
Heck yeah.
I
And
did not even pick up on that Sam Wisebirch. That didn't even occur to me that that's what
Well,
that was.
I was this close to just putting the full name. If anybody knows what Alyssa's cat's full, straight up full name, like Samwise, like Princess Fuzzy Britches. So I played around with it.
Love it. Love it. Last but not least, we have nobody.
Absolutely. So I will also be here for Æther-Shanties every other Monday, where I play the eternally confused stone creature called Skarn. I'm also in several campaigns for the All on the Table RPGs network on the first and fourth Saturdays of the month at 2 p.m. Central. I do quite a lot of things. I'm on Twitter and on Blue Sky at Nobody Adams. That's Adams with 2 Ds. And finally, I'm on 2 weekly podcasts. Us Weirdos Have to Stick Together, which is about queer representation in cartoons, and The Axe Files, which is a weekly reread of every single Animorphs book in order.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, as you all know, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me every Monday and Wednesday here running games and having a lot of laughs. You can also find me over on All on the Tables, TTRPG content. I was on there on Saturday last playing in the Secret of Small Gods campaign. You can check me out there. I'm also on the Light of Cinders campaign, which is coming to a close very soon here, so definitely check us out on those. And so, on behalf of everyone here in the Dance with Dragons crew and everyone in Random Rhapsody, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, keep dancing and have a good night.